disrespected my house. He disrespected my friends. He's very offended.
I don't care!
Alexia, we'll send him some flowers, and we're sorry for upsetting your household. Does he like chocolate?
You know what? This is...
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Honestly, it was not
very rude.
Professional, I wasn't expecting you to do that.
Bring out a little violin and play it for you.
I'm sorry, but I didn't see it that way when it was happening, so I couldn't have, I didn't apologize. But why do you think you saw it that way? Is that part of how you are?
Stupid.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today we'll be looking at the Real Housewives of Miami, episode 12. Now, I didn't do episode 11 just because I was in Seattle and I got back home that weekend. You know, the episode came out on Thursdays, so I was tired, and it was seeming more for me like a filler episode. Even though it was a lot of stuff that happened towards the end. But I'm just going to do a quick roundup of the important aspects of the episode. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, won it, securing the bag.
Alright, y'all, so basically episode 11, they all had this whole meeting with Alexia's friend. He is a lawyer, and he's basically talking about family law. That's what they came there to talk about, so she said. So everybody's asking questions, and it seemed very much one-sided for me, but you know, they all had a little table sit down, and Adriana's boyfriend got into it with Alexia earlier in the episode, right? So they're at the party, and he is basically telling, he was like, cheers to, you know,
bloody business.
Basically cheers, and then threw shade at Alexia, basically saying that y'all need to have y'all facts, and y'all are basically spreading lies, and you know, over here tarnishing my name, saying that I'm married when it's not. Alexia even said it in the episode, you know, it was down at the bottom. I should have read it, but you know, it is what it is. Try to make light of it. Adriana wasn't having it, but Alexia went back and forth with this man, and he was just telling her very stern. I don't feel like he was disrespectful. I feel like he was very straightforward to the point. And Lexi felt like he was disrespectful. She was like, oh my God, you're talking to a woman. What is wrong with you? Oh my God, you're so crazy. What are you doing? You're talking to a woman, baby. No. And I'm just like, girl, at the end of the day, I didn't find nothing that he said was disrespectful. He was just saying, you're over here talking about my life, and you don't even know what you're talking about, just spreading rumors, and you making Adriana look like a homewrecker and making him look like a cheater.
Accused of going out with a married man. It was not nice to say that he was married when he was not. It was not nice to go dig for his records when it was none of your business.
So like I said, for me, I just feel like this whole season, Alexia has been on the wrong side of history, and it's just sad to see. But that carries over to the whole lawyer lunch. And the lawyer guy, he's just sitting in there just aloof. He's just whatever. But Nicole is the one that addresses Larsa. She's like, yeah, Larsa, before you speak, you got to realize the stuff that you say is slanderous, and you're over here attacking my professionalism. And she was like, yeah, you know, I had a relationship when I was on a break with Anthony with someone that was a resident at the hospital. She was like, but that was one. You said I slept with everyone. And I'm just like, girl, including women?
You have zero evidence to support. Okay. It's salacious. It's slanderous. Your intent by that comment is to embarrass me. No.
But I'm just like, at the end of the day, do I feel like Larsa believed these rumors? No. Do I feel like she bring it out because she's trying to throw a low blow and just throw bombs everywhere? Yes. She even brings it up to her friend. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna throw low blows every time I can. It is what it is. And it's just with Larsa, I'm just like, what makes her go so deep so quick? It's like Krishan. What makes her just go up and swing without even there's a trigger to her that's just why do you go there so fast? It's not warranted for that. But so Nicole asked the lawyer a question. He's just basically yeah, you know, ask a question. She was like, okay, what is the definition of slander and slanderous or defamation of character? And Alexia's like, no, we're not talking about that. No, we're not talking about that.
Oh yeah, $500, $700 an hour. I'm not gonna waste it with this stupidity.
I paid my time for him to come here. We're not talking about that. No. So Nicole gets up. She gets she got her pocketbook. She's like, get her pocketbook. She get her black Amex, and she put it on the guy's lap. She said, how much is the session? I'll pay you whatever.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
You're so
is limitless. I said limitless. And they're just like, oh my god, that's so unprofessional. Oh my god, that's so tacky. That's so unprofessional. Oh my god, girl, y'all are filming a show. So for her to be like, this is so unprofessional, I'm like, girl, you really tear my nerves up because Alexia, nothing about you is professional. let's just be honest there. So for you just to want to be like, oh, this is so unprofessional, this, that, is crazy to me. But Larsa, Marisol, and Alexia basically jointly go after Nicole. And Larsa just like, she said something like, you know, I have a business and I know what slanderous is and I have a business. She just, and her and Adriana are laughing because they're just like, oh girl, she got a business.
The business, I have a lot going on. Oh, please. Larsa's there bored at home sending random DMs.
Okay, selling her feet online. I mean, I'm just repeating. I'm not knocking, you know, anybody to do OnlyFans. When I tell you, Nicole definitely had a couple of shots because she was on one and I was not mad about it. But that was the gist of episode 11. Lisa also asked questions about like, what if a man tried to kick you out the house and this and the third. I feel like everybody knows stuff like that because in a marriage, you can't kick someone out of your marital property just because you want them out. It doesn't matter if you pay the bills or not. She has the right to be there and she needs to consult a lawyer. I'm happy that this episode we found out she did. So let's get into episode. All right, so Alexia, basically, she's mad at Nicole. She's just mad. She's just like, yeah, you know, I can't believe that she would just get up there and just like put out her Amex card. That's so unprofessional. That's so rude. I can't believe she would do that. And we then see the other side where Nicole's planning a trip to the Bahamas. She's like, yeah, we all need to get together. I hope we all can have a good time because every time there's so much stuff going on, I want people to just like, you know, like live life, right? So Alexia's having dinner with all the girls that are married. All the married women are going and they're going to bring their gringos. So gringos is like an American, their term is like an American man, like a traditional American man, like white man. The white man, girl. And so she just like, Alexia was just like, well, you know, I hope I can hear from Nicole before we get to this party because she knows that I'm upset and she should know what she did was wrong. So hopefully I'll hear from her instead of her just showing up to this dinner because that'll just be weird. Why would she just show up and not say, like, apologize before you have this dinner? And my whole thing, because there's someone in my life that thinks like this as well. They think that if we get into an argument that I should automatically know, or a disagreement, that I should automatically know that you're upset. And people got to realize is that I can't read nobody's mind, nor am I going to try to. If you're upset, you need to speak and open your mouth and say, hey, I'm upset about this, that, and the third. I'm the type of person where it's just like, yeah, we can have an open conversation and disagree or have a debate that's healthy. But we can both get a point across and let it be amicable and civil. But for people just like, well, you should already know that I'm upset. You should know. No, I shouldn't know. I'm not going to read your mind, nor am I going to try to. You're a grown-ass adult that can think, speak, eat, pay bills, do all this. You could also tell me how you feel. So for Alexia just to assume that Nicole know why she mad, Nicole got other things to worry about. She over here saving lives, okay? So for you to be over here just like, oh yeah, Nicole should know, girl. To be honest, Nicole probably left there just like, yeah, girl, got my Amex, swiping her car. Like she ain't thinking about you. So we see Alexia and Marisol are at the doctor, and Alexia is basically getting a fat burning shot, and Marisol just like, oh my god, she is so scary. I can't believe Alexia is so scary. Girl, you have to realize that you are not a doctor, you are not a nurse, you are not anything in the medical field for you to try to stick me with a shot. No man, I already don't do shots as it is, but if I have to, I have to. But for you just like, oh, Alexia, she's so scary. Yeah, because what if she didn't know to push the some of the liquid out so you can get the air out of the tube? What if she didn't know that? Girl, gone. Like, you know, there's certain fears. Like, I wouldn't have none of my friends give me a shot. No. My friends play too much. No, yeah. Trying to take me out. No, but then we see Adriana and Julia. They meet up for lunch, and Adriana feels that she's distant from Marisol and Alexia. And for me, I feel like she groups them two together because Marisol is going to agree with everything that Alexia says. So if Alexia is against you, automatically Marisol's against you, right? And then Julia wants to adopt, but you know, she said there's a waiting list for the waiting list, and she feels like, you know, being that she's in Florida and, you know, she's a part of the LGBTQ plus community, in a lesbian marriage, she just like, you know, it's gonna be harder for me to also, you know, adopt, and on the fact that, you know, Martina's over 50 and Julia's 49, it could be, you know, the rates for them getting children are a little bit slimmer for other people, right? Then we see Larsa goes to Lisa's house, right? Lisa tells her that, you know, Lenny is trying to kick her and the kids out, which Lenny is just a big back gorilla foot dirty bastard. Larsa speaks about, you know, me and Scotty, when we broke up, she like, I was heartbroken. You know, I didn't want to break up with Scotty, but I had to because it's for my own personal happiness. If I'm not happy in a marriage and I am miserable, then I need to get out. And that's why I felt with Lisa, it's just like, yes, you want this man. Yes, you love this man. But you got to realize that both of y'all are changing and both of y'all are going through different things. Lenny is a big bad bastard, right? But you got to realize that at the end of the day, what do you want out of life? And what do you want out of life is not a man. You can't live for a man. Live for yourself and find somebody that can enhance your life instead of you living for that person. Because I thought Lisa was living for Lenny. Like they were having these parties with these half-naked girls. That's stuff that he wanted, not her. So hopefully this time around, you know, she can really find who she is as a woman and on her own. So, you know, I'm happy to see her progression with that, you know. So all the girls and the husband meet for I guess lunch, and you know, they bring all their gringos. And like I said before, the finest husband of this cast, Russell is fine. He's like above average looking white man, but he just got this swag, this silent swag. He just sits there on your arm, Gertie. Yes. But it's just like Todd, for me, I don't really like Todd's character because Todd has too much of an aggressive energy for me and for my taste that I'm at. I do like the fact that you know, Todd and Anthony stuck up for their wives, but it was kind of unwarranted where Todd came from an aggressive place and Anthony came from a more condescending place. We're gonna talk about it, right? Oh, and Marisol brought her I guess her common law husband, because they are not married, but they're like common law, you know. So the food looked amazing, but you know, Marisol's like, yeah, you know, I'm not eating, got fat in that. She's like, I'm just gonna drink. And like I said, in a couple of reviews before, it's like Marisol, she's the resident drunk of the season. That's all she's gonna do. That's her personality type. All Marisol does is, you know, co-sign Alexia and drink. That's it. She doesn't bring anything else. And you know, you could really drop her from the show. It wouldn't change any dynamics at all. Alexia also talks about the foundation wants to evaluate Frankie and give him a job opportunity. And you know, that's a beautiful thing because I feel like the Dumois Foundation really helps individuals get from point A to point B in their personal growth and within their careers as well, having disabilities or limitations within their lives. So I think that's a beautiful thing. But she segues because she's like, well, you know, my son was at the house and he heard everybody fighting. He's like, Mommy, why is everybody fighting? And she's like, she's like, Nicole, like, I just felt like it was so rude, like how you just over here did all of that. It was so unprofessional, so unprofessional.
I thought this weekend you would call me and you would say, Alexia, listen, it wasn't supposed to be like that. I apologize. He was your guest.
And I'm just like, how did that whole conversation about your son go to Alexia? I mean, go to Nicole. I mean, but it is what it is. So Alexia tells Nicole that she was wrong in asking questions that wasn't what he was there for. He was there to talk about family law. And Nicole said, you know, he went to school for it, so you act like he don't know. He knows. He answered the question. So for you to act like, oh my God, like he didn't know this, da 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 da. Girl, you were more offended than he was. He was sitting there laughing. So
And a gentleman's lap. What you did was wrong, okay? And until you own it, this is the thing. You have not owned one thing since I've known you. You have not owned one thing since I've known you.
Oh, but you know, Anthony steps in and starts defending her and start making jokes. So Anthony basically was just like, well, you know, maybe people there didn't know what defamation of character was. You know, obviously because they're over here throwing out rumors about Nicole. So you know, And Alexia is like a little bit aggressive for me with this because she's really talking with her hands, doing all this, and I get within her culture they do that a lot. But I was just like, girl, I mean, where are we taking this? Because she was like, at the end it's unprofessional, and for you to pull out your black Amex, oh my god, I can't believe you, girl. Are you mad? Are you mad she got that black Amex? Was that? Oh, maybe. But Alexia feels that Nicole never takes accountability, and her lawyer friend was offended. So Anthony starts defending his wife, and he's just like, okay, well, where can we send the flowers at? He was offended, right? He was offended. Where can we send the flowers and the chocolate?
Alexia, we'll send him some flowers, and we're sorry for upsetting your household. Does he like chocolates? I'll send chocolates.
He's very condescending.
So that's when Todd's like, oh, dude, you're rude, dude. You're so fucking rude, dude. You're rude. So now it's Alexia and Todd versus Anthony and Nicole. And they're like, oh my god, y'all are perfect together. Y'all perfect. Y'all so rude. To be honest, both couples mirror each other. And it's funny because Alexia and Todd have the same aggressive energy. They're just like, God, yeah, you know, you're rude, you're a kid. Yo, you can't believe.
That's why you're both the same. What's wrong with you?
So Gertie's trying to mediate, and she's just like, okay, so but you know, she said she didn't know that you were upset. She didn't know you come for the play, but I get why you're upset. They didn't pay her no mind. Russell's sitting there just like, so he was really like, Chad, what is going on? But at the end of the day, for me, I just feel like Alexia really put 20 on 10, and Marisol sitting there co-signing. That's all she did, co-sign. That's it, nothing else. I forgot she was there. And like I said before, Marisol and Alexis Marisol and Alexia, that's all they do is tag team me, and it's annoying and it's weak, to be honest, because this is why Marisol will always be a friend of a housewife, because she doesn't provide anything that is a independent thought of her own outside of Alexia. Even when it was on Watch What Happens Live last night, the same thing, right? But they tabled the conversation and they ended it. It was just very abrupt too, how they ended that, but it was what it was. Julia finds an adoption agency that supports LGBTQ plus couples, and she basically talks about, you know, just because you're almost 50 and your partner's over 50 doesn't mean that you can't adopt kids. You know, we can find kids that will basically fit who your lifestyle and fit you as a person. So that's good to hear. And Julia gets very emotional because, you know, Julia speaks about her this will be the first child that she will have with another partner, because she was a single mom of 3 for so long. So and she gets very emotional, and it really touches me because, you know, just thinking about putting myself in her shoes, that would be hard as a single man by myself with 3 kids. Crazy. So we see Alexia and Frankie, they walk into the Demoya Foundation. I have to do this because that is like a tongue twister. She walked to the Demoya Foundation, right? And this is Alexia's redeemable quality, because at the end of the day with Alexia, I always feel like she's on the wrong side of history every single time. But with her relationship with her son gives her redeemable qualities. It makes you empathize with her and see the humanity within her. So I give her that. Frankie, like I said, they basically talked to Frankie about, you know, his transitioning period from, you know, how he's living now to being a little bit more independent and working and getting to and from his job without his mom. And, you know, I think it was a beautiful thing. Alexia gets very teary-eyed and gets very emotional. We see Gertie with her families. They had like, her son has like a turtle. It was cute. Gertie calls Nicole, and Nicole says, like, you know, I was shocked that Alexia was so upset. It was just so crazy. Like, you know, hopefully, you know, this lunch that we go to, hopefully everything's gonna be cool. Girl. Oh, Lisa, Kiki, and Larsa go out to this dead club. Like, nobody was in there. But the girls are trying to give Lisa, like, you know, get her out the house, have some good time, maybe give her some, you know, D. Lisa talks about, you know, I'm not a swinger. Like, I'm not a swinger at all. That's not something I do. Just because we have these parties with these beautiful women doesn't mean that I swing. That's not me. I like to D. Me too. And then she tells them, like, you know, the personal trainer dropped me, and, you know, he dropped me because Lenny wanted the personal trainer to train the other girl.
My personal trainer dropped me because Lenny hasn't training the mistress. Oh, hell no! We are fighting now.
And I'm just like, to put insult to injury, right? Right. So Lisa starts drunk talking. When I say drunk talking, not people that's like, blah, 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 blah. No, drunk talking is when you literally start drinking and you just start talking, oversharing, monologue, not a dialogue, monologue. And Kiki and Larsa just sitting there like, girl, like at the end of the day, like I get you're going through, girl. That was a lot. That was like a event. Ooh. But you know, Kiki started getting up, she started dancing, and I was like, you know, Kiki is the life of the party. I love me some Kiki. So Nicole and Alexia meet for lunch, and Nicole, when they sits down, order their drinks, and Nicole basically like, you know, I feel bad that you know, I made you mad. I didn't think that you were that upset. I was so shocked. And Alexia's just like, I mean, you were very unprofessional, but my whole thing is like, how did you not know that I was upset? Like, how are you just that aloof? Well, she didn't say aloof because girl, she don't have that big vocabulary. But Nicole was like, you know, I couldn't say sorry because I didn't know that you were upset. So it's like, I know you want me to say sorry, but how could I say sorry in the moment when I didn't know you were upset? I agree. Alexia was like, well, why do you think you did that? You know, is that like who you are? Is that a part of who you are?
Do that, Nicole. I'm sorry, but I didn't see it that way when it was happening, so I couldn't have, like, I didn't apologize. But why do you think you saw it that way? Is that like part of like how you are?
And I caught the shade right there, and I'm just like, okay, so I would have grabbed my drink, I would have got my stuff, I would have pumped it to that door, and I would say, girl, goodbye, because you're not going to play in my face. Like, talk about, oh, is that who you are? You're trying to be funny. But you know, Nicole is just like, you know, I was hurt, and my professionalism is everything, and that's a no-go zone.
It's like a no-go zone. You're a Hispanic woman and pretty. Do you know how many prejudices, stereotypes, judgments you have to over?
She tells her that, you know, about, you know, I have struggles. She was like, as a young Latina Hispanic woman who, you know, I fight against stereotypes. And Alexia was just like, Cece, that's not, you're changing the subject. That's not, we're not about.
You see, this is where you're going at. No, but then I'm saying, you gotta pretend that you're still right. No.
About that, you're trying to make it seem like you're right. Girl, because she is right. If I don't know that you're upset, then how you want me to apologize in the moment? I could apologize now, that's not a problem. But in the moment, how you want me to apologize to you in the moment when I didn't know you're upset? I'm not going to be over here worried about if you are upset. I'm only worried about what I got going on. Especially if I'm in a group of friends, I'm over having a good time, and I'm over here like doing me. I'm not thinking about if you're upset or not. I'm thinking about how I'm having fun. What's my next drink? This and the third. I'm not worried about what you got going on. Especially if we hugged and everything was cool. So Alexia was just like, you know, she was just like, you know, you always think you're right, and that's one of your problems. And you're like a narcissist.
Explain to you why I got defensive. Right, but a person, when they apologize, I understand that. But when you're gonna apologize, you can't say put like conditions. Like a person that does this is like a narcissist.
I'm just like, you know what, Alexia, you are always on the wrong side of history. And for you to call her a narcissist, I'm happy that Nicole called you out. I'm just like, okay, you can call me a narcissist, but you could be a star. You were born to be a star. Okay. So, but, you know, at the end of the day, you know, Nicole waves the white flags and they call it a truce. They're like, you know what? At the end of the day, I like you more than I don't like you. So let's just call it a truce. Like, you know, I feel like we're both alike. And I found out that Nicole's a Virgo. I feel like she said that beforehand, but, you know, it makes sense now. I see a lot of myself in Nicole. I mean, I'm a Virgo too. But, yeah. This was a good episode. It's about to heat up next episode because they're about to go to Bahamas. Marisol feel like somebody's putting some voodoo hoodoo on her. Looks like Kiki and Gertie fall. They try to make it seem like they're fighting. Girl, we already know. What else happened? Adriana and Alexia go at it. I feel like they said that she said something about Alexia's son. I hope it wasn't Frankie. Because if it was,
Adriana, I can't stand for you.
But it was that Peter. I mean, girl, I had stuff to say too. But y'all, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.